Okay, hello, we're back for another round of Satisfactory streaming, and where we left this off last time was not having enough ingots to feed our plate production. And we're still not kind of going as fast as we would like. What I've done now is I put in one shard into the smelter that's feeding these two constructors right now, and I also filled them up with the stock I had in my inventory of ingots, but it's not keeping up. So we either need to add another smelter and split the belts back here even more, or we need to make this smelter go faster. So if we look at the 100% rating, that's it. Okay, so the maximum we have right now at 100% is after it gets through the cycle, we'll get an update from the 10%. That's pretty funny. Okay, so we're 30 per minute. So at 200%, we're going to be at 60 per minute. That may or may not be enough. So let's try that out and see what happens. We need to go cannibalize another shard from somewhere else in the factory. So it's time to go shard hunting. It's like parkour through these belts and machines. I think I've gotten everything off of these. So we'll go back to another little corner where I have production of encased steel beams. Let's see, concrete. Oh, look at this. Perfect. Concrete's not even doing anything here. It's not even using it. So there's 3 we recovered. And we got 2 here. So we have 5 now we've gotten already. And these constructors, yep. Let's pull that in. And what we can do to get this thing going again is to pull some of these out of here. So let's just grab some. And that'll get back to work. Okay. And we get more. Alright, so we'll just pull these out, repurpose these for something else. And these foundries have also probably another 3. So we'll just pull these out. So we have a good stock. These. And we head back. So we're going to look at overclocking the smelter to get an idea. Is this the right belt? Nope. And jump. We'll get an idea if this smelter at a 200% production would be enough. Otherwise we need to just add another one in there. It's not a problem. There we go, 200%. 60. See how these fly out of here now. Okay, what it looks like is that 2 ingots are coming in before the plate is produced, which looks like this is without these plate constructors being overclocked. With increased clock speed, they're doing okay. So we have 2 machines at 30 per minute right now. So what has that done for our production here? See if we can get a better idea of what's happening. Okay, we can see those plates are coming in. We need 4. That's still not enough. Okay. Well, let's get crazy. Let's just overclock both constructors and the maximum overclock on the smelter, and let's see what happens for production here. So we'll take these up. Let's go from 15 to 22. Now let's see if this smelter can keep up. It's got 75 coming out. Looks like it's still keeping up with this production even though we've increased the iron plates. So 2.7 seconds instead of 4, was it, I think? Let's see if we can boost this up to 200% and see what the production is like here. Okay, so now we have exceeded the capacity here. Okay, let's see what our plate production looks like over by our assemblers and see if anything is going our way here. If we try to get up here. Okay, the plates are coming in faster, definitely. So because we don't have the materials ready to go, this machine actually is not making 10 reinforced iron plates per minute. It's probably more like 8-ish. So trying to tune this is a little bit tricky. So what we can do is actually, we could add another smelter, split the belt, and feed a second set of machines on top of these two, if we place some foundations above them, for instance, right up here. What we can do is probably bring the foundations back, put a smelter up top. Yeah, we could do that. So we can have a smelter up top, split the belt to going up top, and then have 2 sets of machines up top and just bring those down into a merge. Could work. Let's try that out. So I can't put a foundation here, but I can put one there. Let's see what other blockages we have here. Can't put it there either. Okay, so I'm working with these points here. And probably I'm blocked by the smelter. I am. So if I can move this smelter over probably right next to this one, I can get another foundation here where I would put the smelter up top. So let's do that. Pull that off. And we'll need to redo this because we're going to have to split this belt anyway. Okay, bring the smelter in, put it right next to it. There we go. And we'll do our foundation trick. Try that again. Pull our another splitter here, so we're going to split. That should come down okay. Let's try that. Bring that in. Okay, so where is that? Is that really that far over? No. Alright, so this is where this is. Okay. Put the split here. And hopefully this belt will go down inside. No, it doesn't. Okay. But this will actually go down into there. Must have the wrong output here. So let's use a rotated floor so we can get this a little bit more aligned up like that. Okay, our input. Alright, it's in line. It's funny with these cameras, getting this stuff just right sometimes can be quite a challenge. Alright, let's see if this is just not too steep. Why does that not connect? Oh, I put this down backwards, didn't I? I do that sometimes. Can't put the output to the output, no matter how many times you try. There we go. Is that too much? Yep, that's too steep. Alright. That's going to be fine. So we need to move this back a little bit here. Where is that? There we go. Turn that around. Move it back. See if that reaches. Yep. Okay. Pull this down. Nice, that works. Okay. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and speed this up. Actually, what I can do is keep this on Mark 1 there. And now I need to run a belt up top. And if we're lucky, no, that's still not good enough. Still don't have room. Okay. But we should be good here to have a smelter here, come up with this belt, and then have two constructors right here. So let's try and set up the constructors and make sure we have the room for that. Looks like we're good. Okay. Can we get two? Let's start with this side. Yes, we can. And this is, wow, this is going to be close. Might have to move these forward, I think, because of the smelter and getting a splitter. Yeah, there's no way that that's going to work. Alright, so we're going to have to move these constructors forward. Alright. They don't fit anymore. This is just turning out to be a bad idea. But what we can do is go sideways here and help us out a little more. Alright, so we'll work with this side as being our boundary side, and then put this one here. And try to get our smelter in now. Okay. Looks like we got this, so now we can do our splitter. So that is our input. And that's just lining up there perfectly. Feed this in, and then we'll feed this one over. Alright, let's get our power. So this time I'm going to set up a 6 power line connection instead of a 4, because it's going to be easier to bring power over with this up here. Now I just need to find power somewhere else. So I'll bring power over here. Okay. So we're going to set this to be an iron ingot. We're going to set these to be plates. We might have an iron plate alternative recipe. We do not, so we should go hard drive hunting after this to get more research, or hopefully we get an alternative iron plate. These are set up, they're both powered, so the only thing we're missing on the back end here is another belt. So what I can probably do, although this will not look pretty, yeah, I can bring this all the way up like that. And we're gonna stay with that. Okay. Alright, and we need to bring these down. So let's add more foundations here. Actually, I guess, how are we going to merge this? So we're going to have to do a merge, merge, merge. So I'm going to have a merger for those two belts that go into this merger, and then another merger that also goes into this merger. Going to look like. It might be better if I raise this up. How can we make this work? We can try and put the merger on top of the container, but I don't believe that works. It's a bit weird with these where it just doesn't seem to register it. No, it doesn't register it as like a foundation type surface. Although you can stack containers, so that doesn't make a lot of sense. So what we're going to need to do is set up the stairs, which the stair foundation goes through everything for some reason. It doesn't collide. So we'll just keep building this up. Alright. So let's try and put our merger here. Is this even in the center? Not really. Let's try to redo this. Okay, let's see if we can get this merger centered. I'll put there, okay. That looks centered-ish. Yes. Alright, bring that down. And now we gotta take this down somehow. Well, let's pull these off. If this thing is crazy, it will just work right into here, and it won't. It's too steep. Alright. Will we go here? Maybe I can use this belt thing I've already set up before. Right here. And these are just in the way now. Alright, let's merge these two. Merge these two together. And we'll pull these out. And we'll run that into there. And this is not going to work. Alright, so let's get hopefully come down. So now what I've got to do is try to work a way to bring this belt down without it warping to a degree that it'll like. So I might be able to pull this off here, but I doubt it. It's too much. Still too much. Really? Oh, can't afford. Oh. Alright, let's go get ourselves some more steel rods. This machine is full of them. Okay. this. Okay. What does this turn out to be like now? That works, that works. That works. And that probably won't work there. Okay. And I can probably go down to there. Okay. That means that we have both belt systems merging and working. So now I need to connect this up. And I need to say iron ingot. And we'll put this in. And we know we need to overclock this to 200%. It has no power. That's right. Okay. There we go. So this is going now. Make sure I still have enough fuel for the jetpack. Yes. Alright. So let's go ahead and overclock this one to 200%. There we go. And give it a higher speed belt. Here as well. And we'll put this, oh that's right, I need to go to 250% on the smelter. There it goes. Okay. And let's look at the feed right now. Looks like I have enough feed still. Oh, that looks like it's not quite good enough. So Mark II belts is what we're going to need here instead of Mark I. Let's upgrade that. Now let's take a look at that. Yes. So our feed is now outpacing our output, which is fine. I'm fine with it being maxed out on the feed input because then I don't have to worry about that coming out for the output. Okay. So the distance is shorter on this, on the one side, so that machine does have a bit of a disadvantage. This one here. That means it takes longer to get here, but they're still not quite going fast enough, but it should be. Oh dear. Let's upgrade these belts. And that's Mark III coming out of there, so now we have Mark IV. Oh, I can already see. So we have twice as many machines producing twice as many plates each without, roughly, both of us, they're all suffering from the same problem. Alright, I have one, these are at 150, and this is at, geez, 250%, still can't keep up. See, I can increase this to a Mark IV belt. Maybe they'll get there a little faster. It is a little bit faster. There's only a slight delay here. Let's make this also a Mark IV belt coming out of here. You know, in fact, let's Mark IV everything here. Even down on these. So now we might have eliminated the delay just with the speed of the belts. It's much closer now. The delay is maybe a half second. Okay, so we kind of have maximum production now. We've got 45 plates on the bottom per minute and 45 plates up top, so we've got 90 plates per minute. Let's see what this looks like now. And I think I might upgrade these to Mark IV belts as well, just to help account for time. Let's do that as well. Okay, so that looks pretty good, actually. So but now we're over on this. So right now we have, okay, now it's under again. Okay, so it's about as close as it's going to get when we keep this machine to 200% production level. Okay. So for this time we put together a not so bad, not the most efficient, but not so bad manufacturing process. All of which is to just get us this modular frame. All this work is just for one item, really. That's a heck of a lot of work. This happens to be one of the things that is for the tier 2, or the second elevator. No, is it the first elevator unlock? I think it's the first elevator unlock. I don't remember now. But that is modular frames, and you need 500 of them. And that's a lot of these frames to produce. So if we have 2 machines producing 4 per minute, so that's 8 per minute. In order to be able to get those 500, that's 62 minutes. So it's a little over an hour of constant production, real life time, which is fine because you can actually do other things in the game while that's happening. And right now we only have 200. A little over 200 of these, and I have more here. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go to dump out my inventory here of a bunch of stuff and make sure we have fuel and go hard drive hunting. I had found some drop ships, and I needed materials that I didn't have, and one of those things was a heavy modular frame, I believe. So I have those that I can take with me. They're in my inventory already. So I have another 50 of these frames. Alright, so we're going to drop off some supplies here. put screws. Okay, we took away the screws. The screws look like the screws are overflowing here. It's actually kind of funny because we have way more screw production than we can actually get out of this system. So let's just for fun upgrade these to Mark IV belts as well. And let's see what's happening. Oh, I just have plates hanging out here. Clean up this mess a little bit here. Let's see what these screws look like. Okay, now we have a lovely steady feed of screws. We don't have any gaps anymore. So the plates are still the bad thing here. So we're gonna go ahead and put these to Mark IV belts, just so we can help increase this. So, and then down here as well. Try and get a better vantage point to see how this is working now. Those machines up there do not look like they're working. What kind of gap is this here? Wow, this is a heavy gap. They are not producing as fast as they should. This is maxed. Okay, I'm starved here. Okay, we have a belt feed problem. Okay, so let's give ourselves okay, so what we're looking at here is we can't actually feed from the source where we're getting our ore fast enough. So we need to travel all the way over there and overclock that more. So let's follow that back. Make sure I have enough fuel. 28 should be fine. Alright. So we're going to go all the way back to this source. We get a little speed here. Not sure why we get a big bump there. So I'm feeding in coal, 2 sources of iron ore, 1 source of copper, and 1 source of limestone here from this particular area. And they're all Mark II miners, and I believe most of these are normal resources. So we can see, if we look at these belts, you can see that you have the one that's really having a problem feeding everything here. So let's see what we got for overclocking and see if we have any power issues. Right, which one is it? Okay, it's this one. Okay, we're not overclocking it at all. So right now we're at 120 per minute. 180. Let's face ourselves a little more towards the belt so we can get an idea of that. Okay. 240. Now these belts are Mark IV, so they're 270 resources per minute. So we're going to need to push ourselves to the maximum here. And this belt should now essentially be full. It's funny that it isn't. 450. Okay, yeah, I was wrong. So we're never going to be able to fill this because even though this is a Mark II minor, it's on a normal node. So the maximum it can do is 300. If this was a pure node, then it would be double. Since normal is the base. The base rate being 60 on a normal minor, Mark I minor, and 120 on. Okay, so we're extracting as much ore as we can out of this spot. And if we look at the belt, back to this, it's doing pretty good. So that actually should solve our feed problem right now. And if it doesn't, then this other belt is not having a problem right now feeding. So over here we're gonna, okay, that's already maxed out. So we can always split this belt. Split this belt, and that way we'd be able to siphon off more ore. All right, so let's go back and get started on that hard drive hunt. I love these stacking stands. They're so nice to be able to put all these belts together. Especially extremely helpful when you're bringing them, when you're belting in a lot of resources from distance, because you don't have to set up many stacks at once. You just have to put down your stands to begin with and snap your belts, because when you want to bring in your next set of resources, you just stack them up and they're going to be in line on top of each other, and it just saves so much effort of trying to belt these things in when you're bringing them in two or 3 or 4 kilometers away. So we can see here now that we have a lot more coming in with these belts, and we do not have that problem anymore. And we're just ever so slightly, our feed is just over our output production. And now we're back to being very close. Now our plate production is back up again. Okay. Now crisis averted. Alright, let's try and get rid of a lot of this stuff here. I don't remember what these drop pods need for resources, so we're going to have to run find them and then figure it out. Hopefully I have stuff on me. Not these stupid colored leaves. We'll get back our food, our weapons, chainsaw, biofuel. I should already have some, yes. And I have no need for all these screws, so it's time to get an extra. You guys, extra chest down here and dump all these screws out of here. I'll keep one little stack because no idea what these different things are going to require. I definitely don't need this oil. I'll take the computers with me here, but I don't think I'm gonna need them. Let's just do this. Okay. I want another beacon. I don't remember what that takes to make a beacon. So let's put this. I'm gonna make another. We'll put the workshop here. See what it takes to make a beacon. Alright, I can already make a beacon, so let's make 3. Fantastic. And I just need to go fetch some fuel. Which is clearly overstocked here. That back in. Okay, so I have enough here so that I can have more of these fuel generators. That's going to be for another time so that I can replace these coal. I'm probably going to have to expand this building a little. Okay. So we have enough fuel to jet around. We have our... We do not have our little detector box. So we want to make sure. Looks like the screws have spread out again. So we have filled out, we've removed the screws out of the constructors, and now the production level is back to its maximum. Oh, and I need my mask for that silly little gas we always encounter. Okay. We are good to go hunting. I have plates, and rods, and concrete. Let's see if that's enough to make me some watchtowers if I need them. Okay, so now we're going to head out to where there are a couple crash sites I found over where I'm actually pulling oil, and I never marked them. They were just sort of in general area, and I know there was at least one crash site I found way up in the mountains, and that required a quartz crystal, which I can't make yet in the game. Nobody can for early access. So that is just gonna have to wait. Wow, look at that. There's a slug. Well, I can't let that one go. See if I can find some ledges here. Get up. Get up on... You know what? Alright, so I'm just going to put down a tower. And we're going to go up this. And jump up top and get them. So I'm not sure if slugs actually respawn or not, because I'm pretty sure I got all the slugs over here before. And if I didn't, well, then I didn't, but that's okay. We got it now. It's really fun riding on that that giant flying beast. Okay, let's collect our tower resources. And let's go ahead and jump from up high. Down here you can see where I'm belting in the oil. Look, another slug. Look at that. Okay, well, we're gonna have to get that one too. If I can jump in before these plants start gassing everything, that would be nice. And now I'm going to try and get back up. So it's easier to... is that another slug? That's another slug. My god. So here's a crash site right here. So let's see if I can get up to this crash site and see if we can... If I haven't already opened it, I could see what we need to get this one. And I see resources on the ground, so I don't think we've actually opened this one up. And I'm gonna have to run quick here. Repairs are needed. Gunpowder, I'll never be able to open that. Okay, so there's another thing I can't open. So we're gonna let these plants calm down, and then we're gonna plant a beacon here, so I know it's gunpowder, pod gunpowder. Pod gunpowder. Okay. Ooh, and time to go. So now we know pod gunpowder. Fantastic. And this... Look at all that lovely gas they produce. And there was the slug here. Let's see if we can find this. Okay, surely this was closer before. Alright, we try to look at where we were. We jumped from that area. Gonna have to turn the volume up in the game. Stick. Easy peasy. Oh my god. Ooh, is this a yellow? Nice. Good job. Okay. Now it's back. Trying to get to the crash sites. So that's good. I found that other one there, so we've marked it. We can always come back later once they've added the gunpowder. So we have the oil there, that oil line. And I want to go up. A little. It's nice to be able to go up high and then jump down, because you can keep traveling through the air quite a while as you're going down slowly. Oh, okay, it's tree separation. Okay, so, yes. So this oil field area, whatever you want to call it. Here I have my geothermal generators. This is one of 3 overall spots, I guess, in this game, but the other 2 spots are incredibly far away. So this is not it's not the most ideal situation. I'm not sure if there's even a lot of standard resources around here, but I'm getting coal. I think there was coal, there's SAM ore, and then there's oil around here, and of course the geothermals. So that's 400 megawatts there, those 2 machines. We got a tasty shroom here, which helps a lot. Okay, so somewhere along these edges, these upper outer edges, way around this canyon, there is another crash site. And I need to find that again. I think that's the one that uses the reinforced frames. So we're going to see if we can travel around. There's all my oil going down, belting all the way down. Towers way over here. And I think that's actually a crash site over there. Straight ahead. So let's travel there. Guess I took damage from gas there. Okay, no, there is a war here. Okay, so you could set up a factory here. How is this? Oh wow, pure iron. Okay, so this is a different thing. Normal. So you get at least 1 pure and 2 normals. This looks like sulfur here. What is this? Caterium ore, okay. It's not an actual renewable resource. Gas. I've lost my bearing. Yeah, okay. This was over there. Let's get up. Okay, so you could set up manufacturing here and have a good amount of power. Darn gas. We're gonna die. There we are. Nice and dead. So now it's time to go and fetch my body. I don't have a jetpack, so I'll have to make another one of those. And you can't have a mask on and a jetpack on at the same time. I'm not sure where the logic is in that. But okay. You also can't have your blades on, which are your legs, and your jetpack or your gas mask or any of those other things. So a single body slot is definitely a huge detriment to the game, and I desperately hope that they add that into the future updates. And we have no resources, so now we gotta rebuild everything. What do I need to make this jetpack? Plastic, circuit boards, rubber, cable, all of which is in our manufacturing site. So time to run up. Oh, I missed my jetpack. Hear my friends saying, "Get good, noob." That's okay though. You can always go back and get your corpse. And that's exactly what we're gonna do. Circuit boards. And I don't remember what else it was. Cable. And rubber. Care about Xenobasher. We're gonna need a gas melted mask, and we're gonna need filters. So we need more rubber for that, and I know I have fabric. And we're gonna need more plastic. Let's check that. Yeah. We'll get our rubber. And more plastic on top. Perfect. Let's grab a full stack of that, and let's get a full stack of rubber. And we're going to need fuel for the jetpack, so I can just go ahead and grab Great, that's done. And to make a gas mask, I need fabric, which I have down on the bottom part. I need filter. I'm going to need coal. So let's go grab coal since we're right up here. we're gonna do is come down here. Looks like Scoop production is back up to some degree. That's cool. Pretty fun to jump around on all the belts and use them to get you around at a good speed. Sometimes you can toss around. Fabric. And close the gas mask. And their filters. We can make 25 filters right now, probably. Gas mask. No filters. Rubber. Spare rubber here. Filters, so we can divide in that gas so we can cover our corpse. And I don't have blades to move fast. Blades and quick wire mods. Okay, now it's time to go. Try this again. So I've got two different production areas for oil products, fuel generators. One on this side and one on the other, where we've been spending a lot of time. So this was my original place that I brought in oil. First I decided I wanted to try the truck stations, and so I set one of these up here and one over at the oil extraction area, and it worked. It did fine, but I just didn't really like the whole truck trying to navigate through the forest, and the tractor runs over certain plants while the truck doesn't run over those same plants, and it gets jammed up on stupid little bushes. So it's inconsistent, and although the AI is really excellent at recovering the path, it just really wasn't worth it. So I brought the belts in. Since I already had Mark IV belts, it was so much easier just to belt it in. And then here, what I did is I diverged and went to another spot in the same area. They kind of reach the same area, they just do it in a little bit different way. Actually, no. These two belts that go to the right go all the way to the opposite side where we've been working on our modular frames. And this first belt goes into the first area. The stacked ones go to the other. It's really worth it to rush Mark III belts and not mess with Mark II belts, really, because it's just so much easier to produce those. I know I've mentioned that before in another video, but and then the Mark IV is even just as easy. You still need to manufacture the encased concrete encased steel beams, whatnot, but that's still very much cheaper than trying to worry about those silly reinforced plates. So in terms of game balancing, something's off there. It doesn't make much sense. Okay, I just noticed I don't have very much health because you don't respawn with a lot of health. So we need to eat along the way. Okay, plants. Okay, we look where our skull is. We were headed to this area straight ahead. And it's so much nicer and clear now. Yeah, into the gas. So let's just go ahead and put this mass on now. And there's our little chest of goodies. Grab all. And there we are. We're good. And I have... Oh! Cool. We're out of the gas, so now I can fly again. And we'll head back toward this area. And I guess I'll get a chance to show the oil production I have, if I can make it in to platform. There we go. So here I have 3 fuel generators, and they might even be overclocked here. No, yes, that one is. That one is. Okay. Yeah, I'm not overclocking my fuel, but in this particular spot, there's 4 oil extraction spots. So there's one here, there's another there, and then there is 2 more up there. So that's why I have these 2 extra belts. So these 2 I was merging and bringing them back to the base. And that works out really well. So until I got the fuel generators there, I had to actually use biomass generators because one oil pump uses 40 megawatts. That's 2 of these generators, which means you can't overclock it. So it does pretty well, actually. Let's see if we can get any bearings here and where we need to be. Okay. And we're at a crash site. Fantastic. Let's see, here's the pod. Alright, I've already taken this one. Cool. Move on to the next one. Get more shroomage. There we go. We'll get more here. And I guess that's the end of the world. Okay. What's up there? plants, that's what's up here. Yeah, there we are. Gosh darn it. There it is, all this gas here. Let's get through this gas field. Then we can put on the jet again. There we go. Why can't I go up? It's not going up. Wow, that's strange. Let's try this again. Okay, that's a bug. Alright, let's try this jetpack. Okay, that's just weird. I don't know what that bug was, but okay. We got it working anyway. So here's a crash site, but the actual pod is up here. I think this is the one where it was a heavy or reinforced modular frame or something. Can I stand up here? At least see what it is? Quick wire. Okay. Jesus Christ, come on. Okay, so what we have here is an object that has no collision in it, and that's why we're inside of it right now, and looking on the back side of the normal faces of the model. I guess maybe if I stand on top of the tower. I think that's what I had to do. Yeah, there we go. And it just so happens I have no quick... Oh, I do have quick wire, and I have enough. Got a hard drive, so now we can do more research for alternative recipes. There was another crash site around here as well. I don't remember what it was, though. I haven't really explored this area yet. This particular spot very much. This is definitely somewhere I need to come back and check out. You know what, it's just for the heck of it, because these guys are tricky with where they place these slugs. They usually put them way up on some hard to get to place. Like right there. Exactly. So let's put down a tower and jump from the tower. The yellow slug for some more power shards for the factory. Look at that. Goodness. So we have a hard drive and a bunch of slugs. Oh, there's one of those summer sloop crystals there, which they don't really have anything in the game for yet. Really cool though. And I guess we're not detecting anything more for slugs. Okay. And then there's probably some crash sites spread out in here. But from right now, we're just going to head back to the base, set the research going, kind of wrap this video up. And we're going this way anyway, we might as well grab this crystal. Oh, I see another slug in the distance. Get that on the way too. Really cool. I really like the way they've done their foliage in the trees. They're very colorful. I like the color palette. I like the patterns. I mean, when you kind of have a little bit of a some creative freedom when you have an alien planet that nobody's been to. All right, so we're gonna have to chainsaw this stuff. What am I doing in the image? Okay. There we go. It takes the whole thing and brings it in the air. I love that. That really is old. Okay. And I don't care about gathering leaves for all this biomass stuff because I have plenty of biomass fuel that I have amassed, and I don't need to worry about that at this stage of the game. Guess those are trees there. Okay. So at this stage, actually, we're going to go ahead and cut this video where we're at. And when we come back again, we're going to be able to check out what's in that hard drive and put those slugs that we recovered to good use. And thank you for watching, and we'll catch you again later. Bye-bye.